So in this video we're going to talk about 30, 60, 90 triangles, which is dealing with ratios of lengths. You can state the ratios of the sides of a 30, 60, 90 triangle, and you can use these ratios to find the side lengths of a 30, 60, 90 triangle. There are two special right triangles. This is one of them, where there's a 30 degree, a 90 or 60 degree, and a 90 degree. And then we'll also deal with a 45, 45, 90 triangle in your next video. So here's a 30, 60, 90 triangle with their ratios. Alright, so we have a 90 degree, a 30 degree, and a 60 degree. So when you have this situation where you have these three angle measurements, the sides can be computed if you just know one. So we have the 30 degree side, which we call it x. Well, the hypotenuse, what's across from the 90, is 2 times x, or it is just doubled. Then here, on this one, you take x and you take it times root 3. Now, the x normally would be just a single integer. So let's do one quick example. So say this is 2. Well, if x is 2, that means we double this side, so this length has to be 4, 2 times x. And then this one, we plug 2 in here. Well, 2 times root 3 is 2. We always put the number first, root 3. So if you want to think of it, this is the same thing as going x square root of 3. Because then you'll make sure you put the number in front. So let's look at some examples. We're going to do 4 of them. So here we have the 30 degree side. And I think it's helpful if you write the ratios that you need on the triangle and where they belong. So we have the 30 degree side, which x equals 6. Well, that makes, let's change colors here, 2 times x, this side has to be 12. Well, then this side we take x times root 3, so this is 6 square root of 3, because we're going to leave everything in simplest radical form. And you're done. Alright, so on B, now, here's your 30 degree. I give you the 2x. So I need to know what x equals for us to get the 30 degree side. So you can solve this by dividing by 2. And x equals 7. So if you set it equal to the ratio, you can find what x is. So x is 7. So x is here 7, because that's your x side. And remember, this is x square root of 3. So this is 7 square root of 3. Alright, so now let's look at this one, which is actually C, not A. We have a 60 degree. Alright, so this is your 60 degree side, which this ratio is x root 3. So I need to know what x is, so I have times root 3, so I can divide by root 3. Well, we're lucky in this case that there's a root 3 to top and bottom, so my x is 3. So my 30 side, which is x, is 3. My 90 side, which is 2x, is 6. So 3 and 6 are my two missing sides. Alright, so on D, not actually B, this is probably the hardest one you're going to do. So it might be very helpful to watch this a couple times. So this is your 60 side, and remember the ratio is x square root of 3. Alright, now on this one, we just had a nice root 3, so we could just figure out x was 3. Well, we don't have that case, so we need to solve for x. So we're going to divide by root 3. So let's write down here what we have. We have 18 over root 3. Now, from simplifying, having simplest radical form, we cannot have a root in the denominator, and we don't have anything in the top to divide out like we did over here. So this is where we're going to rationalize. That's where the rationalization comes in handy. Root 3. So we have 18 root 3. 18's on the outside. 3 is on the inside. So we have 18 square root of 3 over 3. We look on the outside to see if anything simplifies, which is 6 square root of 3. And that, again, is equal x. So that since this is my x side, this side equals 6 square root of 3. Now to get my 90 side, we're going to take my answer and take it times 2 here. Well, 2 and 6 are on the outside, so that is 12 root 3. Those are my two answers. Again, might want to rewatch this one. This is probably the most difficult ratio one there is. Alright, so first job is to memorize those three ratios. X, 2x, and then x for 3. And then remember to get what the ratio is. You set it up equal to the ratio. So if it's x squared root of 3, you set that number equal to the ratio, and then solve for x. And then you can figure out the next two. Reminder to do a reflection to get credit for watching this video. And again, you might be asking yourself one quick thing is that why we need to know this. Again, this is kind of like a time saver, and all triangles work this way in a 30, 60, 90 triangle. And when we deal with areas and stuff for having missing lengths, you're going to use these ratios to figure out certain lengths instead of, because you can't use the Pythagorean theorem because you only have one length.